This is Thursday, the 2nd of February 2023. We're at the Irish National Stud Kildare, down at the nurseries for the very first time. Now this is a mare. The nursery 1. Can't see her name. I just don't have a look now. Her name's very fuzzy. It's very fuzzy. Can't see.
You turned away now.
Just turned away now. Nursery 1. These are the first of the foals and mares, and you see now out in the fields. This is the first time out in the fields since we've come back to the stud. This is probably the foal I saw on Twitter. I saw my first photograph on Twitter of a foal in the nursery, so this is probably the foal I saw in the photograph. He was kind of leaping up in the air with his hind legs, leaping his hind legs in the air. He was going to look like he's doing a little bit of a dance. This is probably the foal I saw in the photograph. And there's another mare here, and that's his too. Camera straightly. She's too far away as well. You'll zoom into her garden. She looks lovely, doesn't she? She's lovely, isn't she?
Yeah.
The nursery too. You see a horse in the background.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, I see it.
See a horse in the background there behind her, can't you? Could that be a stallion?
No.
Huh? There, look, see a horse
Yeah, I
in the
see it
background.
there.
You see his head moving.
Yeah.
You see his head moving.
Yeah,
in
I
the
see it
background.
there. So usually it's the teaser pony that's in there, isn't it?
That teaser pony.
Might be.
It's gorgeous.
What? Where's the what? Horse.
Film something while I'm walking around.
Film the horse, yeah.
These are obviously the only 2 horses that are out at the moment. These are only 2 that are out. There's no there, so is that?
No. No there either.
These are only 2 that are out so far, obviously. Remember last year? There was more last year, wasn't there? At this time
Yeah.
last year, there was more horses. Wasn't
Yeah, I
there?
think so.
Huh?
I think there's more last year, yeah.
Remember, we came here, was it his, at the first day became was January 20th. Remember January 20th?
Yeah, remember, yeah.
And that was. And the season hadn't even started yet. It started in February last year.
Yeah.
And the first mare we saw here was Anfield Girl, right? She's in this paddock. And a few days later after that, there's loads more mares in the nurseries.
Yeah.
Load more mares in the nurseries, you know. And like, this is the 1st of February, you know, the
Yeah.
20th, like, you know. And the season started in February last year. And this is only the 2nd of February.
Yeah.
You know, last year we started going to the off season last year for the first time. The first day was the 20th, and we went there for 6 times, right to near the end of January, February. But near the end of January last year, before the season started, there's loads of mares out in the field, the main paddocks. I had lovely hellos with Anfield Girl,
Yeah.
Flaming Princess, you know, and I said hello to Flaming Princess in the open stable there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that was probably my first hello, I think, with them. Flaming Princess, I
Yeah.
think, was in the open stable.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and many other, loads of hellos with her over the period of the season, you know, loads over the period of the season. And lovely, nice hello with her, and also Paddy's Day in the back of Nursery 3, and, you know, loads of great hellos. So, around the end of January, you know, by the end of January, you know, February,
Yeah.
there's loads of mares in the nurseries. You know, there's loads of mares in the nurseries. Loads of mares in the nurseries. You know, around the end of
Yeah.
January, February. There's only two mares out in the nursery 1 and nursery 2. There's loads more than this last year.
Yeah,
At this
yeah.
time last year, there was loads more. I get whole body.
Yeah, trying to. Yeah. Stand a bit further back. Over there. There.
Yeah. Because we're getting them. We had loads of more mares last year
Yeah.
than this.
I remember, yeah.
What?
I seem to remember that.
Yeah, loads more. Again, at the end of January, February last year, there's mares in that field. Loads of mares in there. You know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
nursery, the main nurseries. They're saying hello with them across the sea.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
across the sea?
Remember across the sea, yeah.
Many hellos across the sea. Flaming Princess and that mare, what was her name?
You can go back now.
Across the sea, what's it called? That weird mare, we've got a small mare with the long blaze, the black one with the long blaze. Something Hill,
Mara Hill girl.
something Hill. Second name, something Hill, began with O. And Mary Hill Girl, so she's another one, Mary Hill Girl, and Anfield Girl, and loads of them. Big hellos and loads of them. You know. Loads of hellos. I got great inductions over there. Great inductions, you know. Oh,
Yeah, moving the pictures. There.
great inductions over there, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
the
can't understand why there's only 2 pairs out.
you're a bit disappointed, yeah?
It looks very bare.
Yeah.
Like loads more action here last year, this time. This feels strange. It feels weird. Like there's more action down at the Sun Charity Yard. There's more action in the Sun Charity Yard this year than
Yeah.
this year. It's the total opposite this year than it was last year.
Yeah.
We're getting more action in the Sun Charity Yard. We're getting more hellos and more in the Sun Charity Yard. It's another woodchip field.
Yeah.
Another woodchip field. And stallions.
Yeah.
There's more action in the stallions in the woodchip field in the Sun Charity Yard.
Yeah.
You know, and woodchip of the mares in the field, the
Yeah.
open field this year.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
this is my first visit in the nurseries since we come back.
Yeah.
And then last year, in the off season, we were in the nurseries before the season started.
Yeah.
We were in the nurseries in the off season last year,
Yeah.
during the period of the off season before the May season started.
Yeah.
Now this year, this is only my first day in the nurseries in the the season, you know, into our second visit in the new season of the year.
So I guess my lunch, yeah? It's very disappointing here, isn't it? Very disappointing, you know? Okay.
She's lovely though, isn't she? Whoever she is. Huh? You should come over to say hello to me. Did we zoom into her there? She did a bit of a run there, are you, Gar? You did a bit of a run, you getting that?
Yeah.
Oh, you give some action now. You give some action now. We're getting some action now. Look at the size of the foal. Jeez, it's tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tiny. You zoomed into her there?
Yeah. You do it. You know what to do.
Foal and mare nursery one. Not getting much action here today, folks. Fortunately, not a great start to the new season. We're getting more action last year with the interactions. It's only 2 mares and 2 foals out in the nurseries. We get more action in the Sun Cherries yard. She's speeding at the moment. I'm not too sure who this mare is now. You see, the foal is very active, or she. I'm not too sure what to say yet. Very active, very springy. He likes to run around. His mum is following him there, running together there. They've had a great time. Very sad that they're going to be separated in a couple of months. They'll lose all that special bond. Feel sorry for the horses. They don't have that much time together. Nursing that foal like for 6 months. She carries her in her womb for 11 months, and then nursing her for 6 months, and then that's the end of their relationship. They never see each other ever again. It must be the most hardest thing for any horse now to be parted from their offspring. Can't imagine what it's like for mare or foal. to be separated from each other. It must be horrible. Very hard to adjust to being apart from their mother. Getting used to being separated from their mother and have to learn to fend for themselves. Learn to look after themselves. Learn to be independent. Alright then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very hard for the mother to learn to get used to not being able to see her offspring ever again. And if they did ever see each other in the future, they probably would never recognize each other. They wouldn't know whether that's their son or daughter. Or even a brother or sister, if they saw each other, they probably wouldn't know each other either. Siblings, they wouldn't know each other either, whether they were related either, you know. Like a say example, Invincible had his son here, and the fortunate and fortunately we lost him, National Defence. He was here at the stud, and he probably wouldn't have known that was his son. So some horses do recognise each other. Like for example, Hurricane Fly recognised Faheen. He hadn't seen him for 6 years. They were stable mates when they were racing, and funny enough they recognised each other after 6 years. But when it comes to family relations and stuff like that, they would know each other presumably. But I can't imagine what's like being separated from a mother and their foals be separated. They only have very little time together, only half a year. That's all they have together. Just half a year, and then that's it, they're parted from each other. It's not very long when you think about it. Very short time. You see all the love and connection there, the bonding there, kisses and the hugs, and see them caressing there, all that love and connection, all that lovely bonding, all that is going to be taken away from them. Can't imagine what that's going to be like. Horrible. It's horrible. And it's hard for me to see that as well. It's hard for me to accept it as well. I find it very difficult to cope with even the thought of it. I find it very hard. I can't imagine what it's like for either of them, mare or foal. It doesn't seem fair when you think about it. I'm not sure how it works with cats or dogs or any other animals, but horses have a very short time together. $11 months carrying in her womb, and then just parted from her offspring in 6 months' time. Seems such a really, kind of pointless in a way, really. It's nearly a year inside her womb, and she's nursing it. It only gets to nurse it for 6 months, and then she loses it. Then she goes then to her next meeting with another stallion. She meets the next stallion not long after she gives birth. She goes to her next meeting more or less straight away. After she gives birth, she goes to her next meeting more or less straight away, because the pregnancies are 11 months, so they need to go to the next meeting more or less straight after they give birth, so that their next born is born in time for the next season. So the new foal is born in time for the next season, because the pregnancies are 11 months, so they need to have their next meeting more or less straight after they give birth. So the newborn is that the next foal is born by next year for the new season. Because the pregnancies, as you know, they're 11 months. So she'd go to her next stallion now. Once after she has had that foal, she would have gone to her next stallion wherever the stallion is, I don't know. Sometimes they go to a different farm. Sometimes they have meetings here at the stud. Stallions from here.
It's almost 2 o'clock.
Sorry folks, he's been very rude. I'm trying to explain how things work here in the stud. I'm trying to give my viewers an education of how things work at the stud, and he's interrupted me already. So that's how it works with the breeding process. So they have to meet up with their next stallion shortly after they give birth, and then because otherwise the foal is not born in time for the next season, because the pregnancies are 11 months. So she'll probably go to her next meeting. Sometimes they go to a different farm and they go to a meeting with some of the stallions here at the Irish National Stud. So I'm not too sure who this mare is. I don't know what her name is. But as you can see, the foal's very springy. He'll probably be a sprinter, or I don't know what he'll be, a jumper, or I don't know what he'll be. You know, he's very, very springy, as you can see, very fast. He'll probably be a sprinter or a jumper. I'm not too sure what he'll be when he goes to racing, or she. Whether it's a he or she. I don't know anything about this mare. I don't know what her name is. As you can see, the mare's very jumpy and springy as well. She was probably a racer herself. Some mares don't race. It's only a few of the mares are racers, and not all of them race. Only some of them are racers, and some of them only used for breeding. Some are only just used for breeding. Some of them are racers. Some of them just used for breeding. I'm not too sure whether she was a racer now. I hadn't seen her name, so I don't know who she is. Apparently it's very quiet in the nurseries. It's a lot more quieter this year than last year. It was more busier last year. We had more action in the nurseries last year. It was very quiet this year. There was more action last year. There's more action in the Sunshare yard this year. And in the stallions. Okay folks, I have to leave it there. We're going to lunch, and I'll talk to you later folks. Thank you.